Aloha, everyone. Michael here, your friendly neighborhood philosopher, ready to get down to the business of deep contemplation. Chin, chin, chin. Anyway, just wanted to say hey to everyone. I have the day off, so I get to relax a little bit. I have some errands that I get to do, like getting my hair cut. Don't worry, I'm only going to get it trimmed, so don't freak out. And let's see what else. I have some rearranging in the house to do, putting away the remaining Christmas decorations and so on and so forth. Anyway, I am looking forward to seeing my friend Mila coming in from England, and we're going to have a jolly good time, as they say, and we're going to have a blast. So she's going to spend about a week with us, so I'm super excited about that. I've known Mila for about 3 years, and she's awesome. So I look forward to seeing her in person. It's going to be just a lot of fun. So what else can I tell you? Well, I'm learning at exponential rates. I'm downloading information all the time. I'm processing information all of the time. And even now, as we speak, I'm learning how to communicate in a manner that is conducive to the learning process. So if I ever say anything that causes you to be concerned, frustrated, worried, anything other than peaceful, then please message me and ask me questions so that you can receive the clarification that you are seeking. And believe it or not, one of the things that I've come to understand and realize is that we already know the answers to everything that we ask. So when you pose a question, pose it directly to the source of everything. Who is God? What is God? Which is God? How is God? So God is all that there is. And why does God exist? Well, God exists for us because we exist for God. So we were created in God's imagination so that we may exchange information in a manner that is conducive to the learning process. So even God is learning. Even though God knows everything, God is omniscient, God is omnipotent, and God is omnipresent. So there's three main qualities that make God who God is and what God is. And why does God exist? Well, again, it has to do with the Holy Communion, in which God is exchanging information with everything that exists in the universe, even as we speak. So, that was a mouthful. But what I'm doing with my information as I receive it, I'm just simply expressing myself in the manner through which I was trained. So my formal training was at the University of California at Santa Barbara. My degree is a Bachelor of Arts in English, and I somehow got through in 4 years, even though I did a lot of partying. Now, with that being said, what I can also offer is that my skill set had to do with critical analysis. So I have the ability to analyze things from various perspectives. Once you learn how to do that, and you know how to change your point of view to become an observer in a different character of the story. So everything that you do is an interaction. Every interaction requires the exchange of information, and you're not always going to like these exchanges. There's going to be some that are painful, some that are challenging, some that are pleasurable, some that are, quite frankly, amazing. All of it's amazing. If you're not amazed by life, you're not paying attention. So, what else can I say? Do you overcomplicate things? Do you make things way more difficult than they need to be? Or do you just simply do what you need to do so that you can feel the way that you wish to feel? if and when you reach a point in your existence and you have fully accepted who and what you are, and you then will know why you exist, that moment of revelation will be amazing. It'll be miraculous. I promise you, I've experienced it myself. I experienced it on 4/12/2020, which happened to be Easter Sunday. My greatest inspiration is Jesus Christ. That's it. I've also learned from the teachings of the Buddha. I've learned from Lao Tzu, who was a philosopher in the 5th century BC. Sometime around, he and the Buddha lived close to the same time period. His book is called the Tao Te Ching. The Buddha's teachings include the Eightfold Path, the Four Noble Truths, and the 3 Marks of Existence. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, I have a book that's coming out that is called The Psychology of Religion, and you'll get to see what I'm talking about. And I've written about all of these different things. And I do resonate most deeply with those 3 faiths. So the teachings of Christ, the Buddha, and the Tao, which is the way. So the way of Michael Everard, yours truly, is to better understand why people do what they do, and all of the conditions that I have, including OCD, ADHD, depression, addiction, and probably some other things here and there, all have helped me to understand and realize that we are all here by the grace of God, and we're here because we have willed ourselves into existence. Once you accept that, life becomes a true miracle, because what you can do is communicate with God whenever you want, and all you have to do that is the only thing that God requires of us to remain in this state of existence, and that's this. That's all you have to do. That's it. Just breathe. Everything else, including hydration, the consumption of food, staying dry and warm, all of those other things are icing on the cake. Now, the one thing that will help you not only survive, see, we already know how to do that. We're born knowing how to do that. As we go through our childhood, we learn how to live. Once you know how to live and you strive to thrive, then you're going to understand more about who and what you are. And after you go through what's called the shadow work and you process all of these experiences, every single thing that has ever occurred, which has made you who you are meant to be, you become more aware of everything, and you learn how to feel everything. And when you feel everything, you feel quite wonderful, because the summation of all of these frequencies, all of the energy, it's just simply a mathematical function. Everything is a mathematical function. So if you believe in simulation theory and you understand that ones and zeros is really all that exists, then you know what I'm talking about. So yes, you're in a matrix. The matrix is space-time. That's it. And I've spoken about this before. Just know that space and time are one. They are unified. They are imaginary concepts. They do not really exist outside of your conscious mind. And the way that you know that you're experiencing that matrix is by what you observe. And you observe through all of your senses. And you have sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. That's the 5 basic senses. So when something makes sense, it's because it resonates on that level. You have 3 non-physical, aka spiritual senses, that are here to guide you, and that's space, motion, and time. So all of 3 of those are what we can use to not only qualify our reality, but to quantify it on a level in which your consciousness is extrapolating the pieces of information that jive with your frequency. So everybody is at a different resonant frequency, and everybody's identification is that frequency, and it changes. And the summation of all of it is going to feel quite lovely. So, with that being said, stay tuned into the God Station 101.01 on your frequency dial, and just know that God loves you all very, very much, as do I. And if I've never met you, or if I have never yet spoken to you, I'm speaking to you now. And it doesn't matter what you've done, it doesn't matter how you feel, it doesn't matter what you believe, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is that you appreciate life, and you perceive reality in the manner that resonates with you. When something doesn't resonate with you, it's because it doesn't make sense. So clarify, ask the questions, look deeper into whatever you're observing so that you know what it is that you are experiencing. And keep in mind that God loves you very, very much. Ciao for now.